Hey, everybody. Of course, here live doing some overtime main event shows here as we got two games coming up in terms of the NFL coming our way. And it's going to be an exciting day, of course. Got the big Buffalo Bills game. I got some updates, scoured the internet, and got some videos of the stadium as of roughly an hour ago or so. With an hour and a half to go before kickoff here at 2:30 Phoenix time. Of course, I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, from the Main Event Show. WTSM TV, 8 to 10 a.m. Meet Dale Hellestrade, Jeff and Izzy. Navigate through the sports world. A lot of it's just people making fun of me. So it's nice to only talk to myself so people can't make fun of me as much here. So that'll be exciting. But then number two, don't forget to catch it out on the free podcast systems as well, right? Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Podbean as well. It gets posted fairly quickly after the show from 8 to 10. And we're doing some overtime stuff here, as we talked about before, in terms of, just when games come up. We'll probably be doing it for some Suns games, Coyotes games, anything national, big games as well. Just hop on, talk about it. Get out there and look. If appreciate you joining us. If you're live, if not, you're gonna catch the replay. Thank you as well. Just here to have some fun. And if anybody hops on, they hop on. If anybody doesn't hop on, they don't hop on. It's all right as we navigate through this world that we live in, called fun times with the internet, I guess, right? 2:30 p.m. Kickoff here. Well, like I said, it's going to be 10-15 minutes. I stretched yesterday's to 30, and it was a stretch. So, it's going to be no set time frame. Feel free to hop in on the chats there if you'd like as well. For those of you watching live or anything, have comments, man. Get on here. I have a vision for this, what we call overtime thing, after the show that, look, you guys be a part of it as well. Of course, on the show, we have the text line. As well as tagging us on Twitter there as well. You can tag us on Twitter still for this, at TME Sports Show, or like us on Facebook and Twitter as well. And then, you can tag us there, or we can do the age-old thing where you just get on the YouTube chat for now. We will be expanding this out to other chats as well, or other, social medias as well. But as of now, we're just doing YouTube just to get everything up and running, make sure we're good to go. And look, I got some graphics we need to play with, as I am being my own producer on this, so there's going to be mistakes, all of that fun stuff, but it's half the battle, of course. So 2:30 p.m. kickoff this morning. I announced I'm sticking with the Steelers going into this game today. I'm a little worried about it now. They were saying snow up until about 1 p.m. or game time there in Buffalo. If you didn't see the picture we put out earlier today, it was just a lot of snow still in the stands. But I'm mostly concerned. I'm not scared about snow. I'm not scared about the fans not being there, although I think less fans mean, on the deal. Brian checks in on the chat and says, you got to post the link on your spots. He said he only found it because of yesterday's link as well. So that's a good idea, Brian. I got to get in the habit of doing that as well. You know what? I'll do that. I'll do that right now, actually, while we're on air. Because look, this is all informal. Type of a thing that we are doing here on the main event. So yeah, if you guys don't mind, real quick. Look at this. Look at this timing here. As we, these are things that we got to learn as we got to. So if you don't know, I'll just give you some brief history. I see Brian's on here and a few other people. The history of this is when I started in the biz, as they say, 2018, just doing a standard podcast from the room I'm in now, just with a table, posting it on, the Podbean, Spotify, Apple type of stuff. and then I moved into, the online streaming. I was on Facebook Live. You see a lot of the live videos actually on YouTube. We did Facebook Live, which was immensely popular, which allowed us to move into the radio side of things. That's how we got that started. YouTube did not have as big of a following. We didn't push that very much. It was mainly the Facebook Live that we were kind of pushing. Um, you know, um, Originally, as I got that link out there for everybody, just a basic post. But no, Brian, man, I appreciate it. Anybody else got any ideas for this? Let us know, as well as we can get everything adjusted and get this nailed in. And I understand it's a learning curve for everybody. But I got into the live stuff, and then we went to the radio for that Wednesday night show. I kept doing the live stuff, from the home studio, which we're calling the Fortress now. I actually have a house where I've made an office. We're going to be moving some stuff over to there, but we started doing all of that stuff. I got on the radio, continued to do these types of shows while we were on the radio. Then when we went to Monday through Friday on the radio, kind of abandoned this because it was a lot for those middays, that hour middays, and then the 2 hour middays. And I've been thinking about that since I moved over to WTSM Radio to get, we went behind the paywall there, of course. You have to subscribe there. And we appreciate you guys if you do subscribe, whether you're basic, live, or premium member. The premium and the live, you catch us live every day. You got Doug Franz Unplugged, right? Izzy on Sports, hanging with Coop and Jeff on Tuesdays. Organic Football, I believe, is wrapped up, but they were, of course, there as well. If you don't want to subscribe to that, we got the free podcast links. And then this also will just give me an opportunity to get back out there as well with you guys. And I'm excited about it as we go forward. So enough of me bloviating. If you're just logging in now, appreciate it very much. But don't forget, guys, those of you that don't know, I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, of course, the main event show host. They're 8 to 10 a.m. and excited to bring this. The idea is, just so you guys know, is to get Dale involved on this as time goes on. He's out golfing now, so he couldn't make today's show, even though he gave me a hard time about it today, right? And then we've got also, I want to get Izzy involved. I want to get, Jeff, the producer of the shows there at WTSM TV, get their ideas and, just get. And also, I was thinking around this weekend while I was doing the other ones, man. Some of you guys, some of you listeners, All Access crew members, want to get on. You have a strong sports opinion, whether it be Jed Fish leaving Arizona. If you have a strong opinion, we can either do a recording and get you on here, or we can do a live where you come on and join us as well. Just have some fun. This is totally informal deal, as I said, as we keep growing this. But the main thing I wanted to come on today for, of course, announced it on the main event show today that we'd be doing this. Posted it out earlier. But the main thing I want to come on is like two NFL games today. We get, a nice little push here with 2 Monday games. And it being MLK Day as well, right? A lot of us have the day off or work this morning. And if you don't work and you're going to miss the games, man, hopefully you can keep up with it. But 2:30 p.m. kickoff, CBS. Buffalo is still 10-point favorites over the Steelers on the show today. I decided not to move my pick to the Bills. I'm a little worried about it coming up, and let me tell you why. I wasn't sure on the weather. The wind is what worries me about this game. It has nothing to do with the snow on the ground, to be honest with you, because they'll clean the field up. Unless new snowfall falls. I can tell you it's sunny there right now, and I'll show you the videos here in just a second of what the stadium looks like. But, the wind is what worries me with this Buffalo, offense out there. Steelers can play in the muck. They can play that down and dirty football. I don't expect a lot of points with the wind coming up, and I think that favors the Steelers a little bit with Mike Tomlin there. I am nervous about this pick now after getting home about an hour ago. I was scouring the internet looking for pictures. Let me do this first, and you'll see the sunshine here coming up as well. Now, this is my first time implementing videos into this, so let's see how it goes. Patience, if you would, everybody, as we get through this. But first off, I'm going to show you Highmark Stadium, which I'm just going to now, after I said the official term, I'm just going to call it Bill Stadium because I like that name better. But here is the stadium, the actual seats themselves, as this pans around here at the stadium at Bill Stadium. of course, a lot of snow still in those seats. This is an hour ago, folks. So the fans that do show up to the stadium are going to have to deal with all that snow in the sitting area. There are some areas that are cleared out more. We saw that this morning on the main event. I threw that video out there. I'll play it again for y'all here. But look at the amount of snow. Those are seats that fans are going to be showing up to. They did not get all those cleared off in the last hour, I'm going to assume. As we are, of course, an hour and 15 minutes away from kickoff. So a lot of snow there. How many fans are going to show up? Now, the other side of this is clear as day out there. Very few clouds in the sky, if any. And that is kind of what worries me about this game and the Steelers and my Steelers pick. Look, I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair. I think the Steelers are going to keep this game close. And if they do so, can Mason Rudolph and this team go? Steelers are terrible when TJ Watt doesn't play. I realize that going in, but the weather is such a big factor to me. The clear skies are what worries me right now. There's wind. Last time I saw, there was 20 to 30 mile per hour winds in this stadium. And that does worry me a little bit if that wind goes away, that the Buffalo Bills are going to dominate this game. So for me, this Steelers pick is all about the weather. Here's the other thing is the field I know is going to be in good condition. Now, if they get another foot or two of snow, if the snow picks up throughout the afternoon, which I've seen mixed reports on that, but the fact that it's clear right now tells me we might be all right. But the field is going to be in pristine condition. Here is the field from the viewpoint here. And you can still see a little bit of the stands as we go around here. And hopefully that sound is muted because you just hear the winds are whipping in this video from down. You see the flags up there in the sky as well. Those flags are waving a lot. And as I said, I was reading 20, 30 mile per hour winds around this stadium here in Buffalo. So now this time you saw the field itself. Field is perfectly cleared off. Of course, it's going to be cold. They had a tarp over it. As Brian checks in again and says, "Oh, that looks miserable. I heard they may keep fans out." Well, you saw the initial video. I'll go back. As you brought that up, Brian. Let's go back to the stadium seats again. Like, I don't know how you're going to get fans in here. There are sections that are cleared out, but where are the fans going to sit there? Look at those icy steps. That's 3 feet of snow right there in sitting areas. So I'm questioning how they are going to have fans in this stadium, as we go. Now I'm going to play the initial video again. As I apologize, I'm just clicking stuff here, trying to get my face on there. As I play the initial video or the second video again of the actual field, instead of this time looking at the field, because folks, it is clear as day. The sun is on it, which, it's ice cold there, of course. It's going to be hard ground. It's going to be frozen. But pay attention to the seats. There are very few sections that are cleared out for the fans as we, here we go, play it again here. I know it's hard to see because of this angle, but those seats are not cleared out. There's a section that's cleared out. There's sections that haven't been touched yet at all on the lower level. The upper level there's cleared out on that side. But look at that lower level. As you go around, and then here's the cleared out sections again. And then you see right here, it goes to uncleared out. Now they have an hour still. I mean, fans are going to start showing up. But that's the update at Bills Stadium as of right now. I wanted to get you guys that update. So yes, am I worried about this Steelers pick? Yes, I said Steelers will win this game outright. I think they will at least cover, so I have Steelers plus 10 for those of you that are gambling on that. I think they're going to do that, but that win, can the Buffalo Bills throw the football? Yes, they have a running game. Josh Allen can light up the running here in this stadium, in this game, but, the Brian goes, I would suggest blowtorches. Funny you brought that up, Brian, as I digress from my other story here, because that made me laugh. I read a story where they considered the fans that they were hiring blowtorches to walk through the stadium and melt the snow. Two things that probably came to mind is one, once it melts and it gets away, it was so cold there, it would just basically turn to ice at that point as the water was running down. So that would be an issue. But I would like to think, knowing Buffalo Bills fans as we all do, right? They fall into the flaming tables and all of that stuff. I would argue that the common sense more so was that you don't give Buffalo Bills fans blowtorches. So I'd like to think that came into consideration as well, the liability of Bills fans with blowtorches. So funny you bring that up, Ryan, on the blowtorches. So I don't know what they're going to do with fans, and I said it on the show this morning with Dale. I asked him what a letdown it would be for a home team if you run out on the field and you have 200 fans there, no fans there. What a letdown that would be for your team. Steelers don't care; they're on the road, right? But you fought hard for that home field advantage there for the Bills. So look, I'm fascinated by this game. I don't know if it's going to be a good game at all, but it's going to be fascinating, as Brian says. Good point. I'm assuming you mean good point on the fans, giving Buffalo fans blowtorches, but that's the other side of it. You saw last night in Kansas City, or was it 2 nights ago in Kansas City, where the people were opening their drinks and freezing instantly. Now that was minus 30-degree wind chills. Not going to quite get to that level here in Buffalo coming up there. So look, exciting times, man. We are an hour and 10 minutes roughly to kick off in this game. So things to look at for me. I would look at fans in the stands. How many are there? How many are dealing with those elements? Two, wind. Are we going to see early passing downs, or is this going to be a running affair? To me, that favors the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. Now, the alternate side on that is, if Josh Allen starts to run the ball and does what he does, I think the Bills can still win this game, obviously, with a running game. I just think a low-scoring affair. And also, if this points battle gets into the 20-point range, where we're talking, like a 13-10 ball game, and it's still the first half, we could see the Steelers will not be able to get in a shootout with the Bills for this game either. So those are the things I would watch early in this game. Anybody easily go down and score? Is there a lot of throwing? What is the ball doing when it's in the air? Because that'll mean they're going to throw early. Somebody's going to. Now, what does that mean for the ball in the air? You saw that in that Kansas City game with how cold it was. That ball fluttered when it left people's hands with the wind there, along with that cold. So, look, Bills should win this game at all factors, but I think the weather makes it easier for the Steelers. I don't know if I'm right or not. We'll have to find out. Other game tonight, of course, 6:15 p.m. our time. Eagles Buccaneers tonight as well. That's going to be an ABC ESPN game tonight. Philly's still favored by 3 when I checked right before we went live at 1 o'clock here on the main event overtime, by the way, folks, for those of you just tuning in. I said it on the show this morning. I'll say it again. I have no clue. And if you tell me you have a clue on which Eagles team is going to show up in this game, I'm going to call you a liar. Because you have no idea. The Eagles don't even know what team they're going to get tonight. Are they going to be the Eagles team of earlier this year where they dominated games? Or is it going to be the Eagles team of these last couple of weeks where they've been blown out in their games? Their defense has been atrocious and terrible. Their offense non-existent. I think A.J. Brown, if you believe the malcontent stories of him being in the locker room are true, whether you believe that or not, A.J. Brown being out of this game as a receiver, I think hurts the Eagles beyond belief. Jalen Hurts, how's his finger going to react? Yes, he was throwing on Friday at practice, but I'm not sure how it's going to hold up during a game. Yes, it's in Tampa, so it's not going to be cold. But look, a dislocated ring finger, or middle finger, excuse me, on your throwing hand is not ideal in a game for grip, etc., etc. And without A.J. Brown in this game, I think the Eagles' offense is going to continue to, struggle moving the football like we've seen in the last couple weeks. And then we talked about it today, though. Baker Mayfield. I'm putting a lot of faith in Baker Mayfield, as I do have the Buccaneers winning this game tonight. But if the Buccaneers struggle in this game or lose this game, I strongly believe it's going to be something that Baker Mayfield does. So whether it be turnovers, whether it be pick sixes or turnovers in this game, as we go on. So I can see the Eagles winning by 30. I can see the Eagles losing by 30 easily in this game based off of what we know about them. And I'll say this as well. I didn't put Sirianni as a coach in my questionable list in week 18 when I did it, like I did Mike McCarthy, where I said depends on the playoff outfit. I would think that he's in serious trouble, especially if the Eagles get blown out tonight. If this is a close game, it's a 2017, 2019, or just a close 2 3 point battle there. I think that helps him a little bit in what he's saying in terms of keeping his job. But if the Eagles get blown out, kind of a la the Cowboys did yesterday, I would expect Sirianni's job to be, or at least several of the coaches on the staffs, in job question if that happens in this game tonight. So another thing to watch as we go through it. Brian checks in on the chat line, of course. He says, "When do the Cardinals play?" Brian, do you mind if I use your real name? Because obviously that's what's up there. I don't know if you want me to do that or if you want me to use your Twitter name on there. But he says, "Thanks again for doing a show this morning." Of course, man. I'm happy to do it on these holiday days. For one reason, it gives some of you that don't get to watch during the week because you're at work, not able to watch it live, a chance to watch us and see what we do. And, it's just kind of a payback to you guys there. He says, "Do you have any bets on these games?" I do. I have Steelers. I took the Steelers on the money line today, not even with the plus 10. For those of you that don't know, I do five. That's okay. Brian says I used the wrong route. That's all right. Nobody knows who you are. So if you want to stay secret, you can. But I know, of course. But Brian out there, says, "Do you have any bets on these games?" I do. Steelers, I have in the money line. No, I apologize. I cashed out on the money line. They let me cash out on that, so I get my $5 back. And I did take the Steelers plus 10. And I took the Steelers on the money line because the odds improved so much. I want to say it was like plus 410 when I did that as well. There, and I do have the under in this game. The under is what I chose early part of last week. Now, keep in mind, folks, I do my unit is a $5 unit of measurement. I'm playing off of house money from several. Not that I need to defend this, but I'm playing off of house money from when gambling first came here in Arizona. I started with $100, grew that up to $400 or $500. Withdrew the money, put $100 in there. I've only had to deposit money. Actually, I haven't even deposited money again yet. My Cardinals under 4.5 wins paid out, and actually that's what I'm playing with. My college football bets, if you don't know, were pretty terrible this year, and it took down that $100 I had in there for football season. And then tonight I do have the Buccaneers plus 3 in that ball game at the Eagles. I did take that as well. So the Steelers game, I'm playing Steelers money line. I got Steelers plus 10 in this game as well. And then I also, and that I'm just taking a stab at. And then the under, I have the under. I know the lines moved to 38.5. I saw this morning. I went down to, I think I got them at the under, I think 36.5. I do wish I would have waited on that, but I took that last week before the public really knew what the weather was going to be like for that Sunday game. Let's see if that bites me in the butt or not to go in today. But I do have Buccaneers also plus 3 as well. Look, obviously, just have some fun with it. I'm playing with house money. I'm playing with $5 at a time. What was that? $15. I did win. I did lose my Dallas. I had Dallas blowing out yesterday, so I had Dallas minus 7. I lost that, obviously. But during the game, I think it was halftime, 27-7. And I put down the over-under. I said, this game is going to go over 51.5. So I popped down $5 there. So I lost like 30 cents on that, 30 cents on the Cowboys game. But of course, I won the Houston game as they were not favorites in that game as well. So I'm, look, I can sit here and brag to you guys, hey, I won this, but I'm playing pennies basically, right? Just having some fun with it as we go. So I just wanted to drop on here. Appreciate you, Brian, logging in, and the other guys that are logged in here and checking us out as we do the overtime. I definitely wanted to get you the update. If you didn't see it earlier, here is the field about 2 hours before game time. We are an hour now before game time. Let me push this through here. For those of you that have logged in a little bit later, the stadium looks in pristine condition there. Of course, they have the tarp over it. And so the field looks good. Now the question, like I said, is going to be the stands and that fun stuff we're looking at as we're coming. Brian also says $5 is his unit as well. I'll be honest with you. That first year that gambling came out, whenever year that was, just a couple years ago, um, before I I wouldn't say I wasn't serious about it because I just do it for fun, right? Um, Gosh, let me see here. Brian says, "Show us the roads." I actually didn't do that. I didn't look up the roads. I do know that they've been all the major roads have been cleared around Buffalo. I do know that the going out, the curfew or whatever you want to call it, has been lifted there. But they're recommending people still stay home because a lot of the side streets haven't been done. Folks, they got several feet of snow in this time frame, whiteout conditions, right? And he says. Well, that's a nice thing, Brian, right? Brian, if you don't know, is down in Tucson. And the best part about this is we'll be watching this game from Arizona, right? nice and not cold temperatures here as we go through it. He also says he wants to see the gaming setup. I don't know the way the camera is set up on here right now. I don't. It won't let me do it, unfortunately. So I tell you what, I'll snap a picture of it and I'll put that up. This setup for the live stuff that I'm doing is going to change. Right now, Ethan is patiently, if you can't hear him, Ethan is patiently over my left shoulder over here playing games on the PS4 right now and waiting for me to get done recording this. So I actually have another computer I'm going to move it to throughout time. Oh, he's actually watching this instead of playing games. But he's patiently waiting for me to get out of here so he can play games. I told him he could play while I'm off watching football, right? So I'll tell you what, I'll snap some pictures of it and send it over. It's not a done setup. We're still working on it. PS5 is not on the new curved monitor, by the way. That is still on this TV that's behind me. You've seen it in some other videos I've done from the Fortress. So there. But other just quick news that broke afterwards. USC Caleb Williams finally declares for the draft. Today's the last day you can declare for the draft if you're an underclassman. He is today entered the draft. So all those rumors of him not wanting the Bears to draft him and not going in if the Bears don't draft him, doesn't matter now whether they were true or not. He did declare he is entering the NFL draft there as well. UConn women's basketball, number one for the first time since 2009. So they are still... Actually, I'm sorry. That's the men's basketball. I apologize, not the women's. Their UConn men is number one in the AP poll for the first time since 2009. I just assumed women because their women's team's better. Gonzaga incidentally fell out of the top 25 as well here for college basketball eyes. So just a couple things that have hit a lot of Huskies. Washington Husky guys are in the portal right now. Of course, over the weekend, if you missed it, Bernard, the receiver there, left and went there. In the women's poll, of course, South Carolina is number one there since I mentioned them earlier. So a few things that have broken since the show ended there. And you know what? I tell you what, Brian, since you brought it up, let me see really quick. Let me just do a quick search and see if I can find something on the Buffalo roads here. No, it's I see all the weather reports here of everything. All the road videos seem to be from 4 or 5 hours ago. So look, I'm excited for this game, for this weather. I want to see what the fans put up with. I want to see if the fans are able to go to the game. As I showed you guys what the stadium looks like, and it's not good. So let's log off. We've been on for 30 minutes now. We went a whole 30 minutes today. Look, like I said, 15, 30 minutes. it's just a matter of what we can cover. And I wanted to get you guys the update on the games, especially this first one kicking off at 2:30 p.m. today. Since the show ended, hey Brian, Ethan, Brian says, Ethan, did you not hear him at all? He goes, the Fortress is hilarious. He goes, I was going to say the UConn women's basketball was pretty low. Had me questioning things for a minute. No, I caught myself. I had both articles up on the women's and the men's basketball. And I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think UConn men's basketball anymore because they have been bad for a lot of years. But I caught myself as we go. So, no, Brian, we appreciate you, man, tuning in here. For everybody catching this replay, appreciate it. Like I said, overtime. We're not going to do this every day like we've done these last 3 weeks, last 3 days. We're getting things tested out and working on that. Like today's the first day. I'm getting, I got the videos able to get in there and look at those as well as pictures and things like that. So it's going to grow for this overtime idea that I got. Trust me. I know. Ethan's all, I'm in the room. He is. He's patiently waiting to my left, guys. He's got a controller in hand and he's ready to go in the other chairs. So some more changes will be coming with this, but we'll get it going. We'll keep it rocking as we, like I said, bring you some additional content off to the side here around sports and the main event here. And I know Doug let it out last week. WTSM TV is probably moving here in the next couple of weeks. Still not going to affect anything other than studio change for you guys, but opportunities for the business side of WTSM TV and stuff is going to be coming up. So that's actually what I've been working on. I had these ideas here. I was going to do from away from there, but I think we're going to incorporate it there coming up. So we'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 to 10 a.m., of course, WTSM TV. If you're not a subscriber there, catch us on the podcast systems as well for free. And I don't know when we'll do the next overtime. I'll announce them with an hour or two ahead of time, hopefully. But look, Suns Kings have a big game tomorrow night, and definitely we'll be back next weekend for the football games for next weekend as well. So appreciate everybody joining us. Your humble host, Stephen McCollum, is going to get off here. Now go get something to eat and get ready for this 2:30 kickoff. Let's hope for a good game in this weather. And to be honest with you guys, I don't care if the Bills or Steelers win. I want to see a good game, and I want to see a game in elements that we don't get to see very often, kind of like the Kansas City one there. And obviously, I'd like my pick of the Steelers to be correct. I got to catch Dale, and I'm running out of games to do it, right? As he lets us know. So appreciate everybody joining us or catching this on the replay. We'll see y'all next time here on the main event, Overtime.